But yeah. Yeah, in a new Sailpoint like the one we have it right now. We don't have any entitlements already. Right. So you don't have any rules right now. Right. So tomorrow we will learn right. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So how to create an entitlement and rules, how we are going to manage. So we will learn. So in your system the Sailpoint is like a clean slate. Nothing will be there. Okay. Using this access. You have submitted access request. If you want to expedite in your project, the access has to be get immediately. How you're going to expedite any idea? I'm talking about the priority. We have to log in through the account we have given access. We have to log in through the person, to the person who we are giving access. Instead of expedite this access request, you have submitted access request. It will take some time to get it provisioned right. I wanted to get it immediately because this is a real-time scenario where I got a requirement from client. Whenever we are going to submit any access request, people won't consider as high priority because, as of now, you didn't see right. Any priority was not set. No. So how we are going to set the priority? I thought we need to write some custom build code and all, but after some time, I came to know there is a feature in LCM, known it, to create any custom code. It's a UI. It just we need to enable one checkbox. So let me show you here as of now. So this was one of my client requirement. It's quite simple. Just a minute, guys. Why it's not responding? Are you facing latency issue in your Sailpoint? No, not so far. Okay. Okay. So let me write the process here. Guys, is my notepad visible? Okay. So once you have submitted access request, what will happen? The first one. It will go for approval. So if any approval has been configured, so we will learn about approval configuration as well. Second, once the approval has been done, there will be. You can define 4 levels of approvals. It's up to your client requirement. You can set first level as manager, second level as entertainment owner or role owner, or any application owner. So third level, you can set some IM team, some group of people, if you want. Okay. Or else some security people. It's up to your project. So there will be some group of people or some particular identity. If they want us to select as a third level of approval, we can select. So if they want fourth level of approval, then we can select some IT director, IT capability director, or any other person. So we can set. So when it comes to approval, you can select one identity or any group of people. So second, it's going for provision. In the back end, it's going to compile all the provisioning plan and provisioning will happen. Okay. So once the provisioning has been done, it will notify. Notify means notification will be sent to the manager or user. So these are the things you can configure in the LCM provisioning workflow. So after that, access will be provisioned to the user. If you're going to get these kind of error, what will you do usually in your system? So you should note this incident number. 1163 incident code. Usually we will call this as incident code, and we will check under Advanced Analytics. Just make a note. We will learn about Advanced Analytics, and I'll let you know that time. So whenever you get any incident code, we will check the logs there. So just go to Lifecycle Manager. If we get this error, then we go to Advanced Analytics, and we can check. So as a Sailpoint administrator developer, you might have access to that log file, right? In the server. You can check there. But if you don't have access as an end user, if you want to check in that scenario, you can use this Advanced Analytics. There you can check this incident code. So what kind of error, why we did face this issue and all? Sometimes we usually get some severe error or some system encountered serious error right here only. Serious error, severe error, we will get. We can check. Okay. So meanwhile, I have a question for you guys. In your project, if I get into project and your production down or your lower environment down, you're not able to access, you are getting this error. The site can't be reached. What will you do? This is the Tomcat. First thing is to check the Tomcat. Right. Before. I mean, if Tomcat is okay, it means it's not the Tomcat issue. It can be the DNS server issue or the firewall issue. Yeah. So basic troubleshoot you are going to do, you are going to check that Tomcat services only. Are you going to check database services? No database service. Like it should at least show the basic Sailpoint page, otherwise. Yeah. So you have to check that opposite Tomcat services only. Okay. So if it is a Windows, you can go to Services, and you can restart from there. If it is a Linux server, then we'll have to. If you're very sure it's the Tomcat thing, we'll have to restart Tomcat. Stop and start. Just have an idea. If it is a Windows, you can click on the Start. You can type Services. There's a command. There's a command for Tomcat there in Linux, so you can use that command in which application. Some clients will have Windows Server, so you can easily access Tomcat services if it is a Linux server. In that scenario, you have to download. PuTTY will be there. You have to access PuTTY. It's a software. You have to open the PuTTY from there. you have to mention that IP server, server name, IP address. After that, you can log in. Does that make sense, guys? I wanted to ask, why do we use PuTTY? Like, what is the necessity of using PuTTY? PuTTY. Okay, so if you want to access any Linux server access components, then you have to install PuTTY on your system. Okay. Since we have installed, we have deployed our application. Say you find in Windows Server right. We are using Windows. We have deployed everything in Windows. So consider if you are using Linux, and if you are installed Sailpoint on Linux system. In that scenario, you are going to use PuTTY. Let's take an example. Today we have logged into console right using command prompt. Yeah. Seeing. If you want to access in Linux system, you have to open PuTTY.